I-ready ko lang yung mga gamit ko, ha?
I need this one, you know.
Okay.
See these trousers?
Get 2 of them, Lord.
Okay. See these?
Or see if you can get 2. That's
See-
fine.
Yeah, but I haven't been able to wear them for 2 years. They were too small.
That's pretty cool. Here's the form.
Okay, just set it there. I'll get my shoes on and go.
Just fill it out when you get there in the business office.
Right there.
Or just tell to see if I can get it now, because
Okay.
you're gonna need it.
He's gonna be busy though, I'm sure, but I'll ask.
Thank you guys for being there. Thank you for. I gotta get my water. I gotta go outside and get my rainwater. Oh, there you are.
Pretty good, huh?
I think it is.
I just stretched him out.
You did?
No.
Did it really?
Yeah.
Is it fit now?
Well, I see.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
I'm
I'm live right now, by the way.
telling him I lost a lot of my regular clothes.
All my stuff out of here. This is our eating table that I'm using right now to water my orchids. So
There's the hamburger, it's in the sink. Okay?
okay. Oops. Still want to say if you can wait.
Oh, that's good. Now that I'm slim.
So I'm using this bucket. Hi, Sissy Jing and Jing Fee. I'm using this bucket for drainage. I got this dollar store, and it's got sphagnum moss because I was I was doing repotting, so that's why it's got the sphagnum moss. But it's okay. It's not gonna hurt the plant. And then, so I'm gonna put this right here in this bucket. This needs to be watered. That's why they're so dry right now. I haven't watered for almost 2 weeks, and they really are thirsty. And this is the fertilizer that I'm gonna be using right here. It's a Miracle Grow, and it says plant food. So I don't have a specific fertilizer for orchids. I just used a regular one, so it's not, you know, it's not too much work. But I have some stuff in here too. I have this Calmag. It's called Calmagic. It makes the leaves greener and healthier. But I hardly use it. And I also have this More Bloom for Orchids. It's for abundant, colorful flowers. But I hardly use it. That's why I stopped using all this stuff, because I was watching some of the videos in YouTube, and that they need to use this one. But is that soil for orchids host? No, I use sphagnum moss. See? And then I have this also orchids food, and it's the same as this one, so I just use one of them. I ordered it from the Amazon. I use the sphagnum moss, you see, for my orchids. I'm gonna show you where I can buy that. The Miracle Grow, you can buy at Walmart, Home Depot, Lowe's, or any garden shop. They have them.
Be back in a while.
Okay, bye. And any garden shop, you see, they sell them. Or you can order online through Amazon if you wanted to. I order mine at the Amazon. And so let me get one more of this. This is just basically a plain Halloween basket that I got from Goodwill. They're like 50 cents, you know, things like that. So I have about 3 of these because I use them to water my orchids, my indoor plants. And so this one right here, Sissy, is the one you can order through Amazon. This is plant food. But don't order the big one if you don't have very many. You know, order the little one. They have some little ones like this size, Sissy, because you don't have very many. You know, if you only have 1 or 2 orchids, this is all you need right here. The little one. And then I'm going to get one more. I use rainwater to water my orchids. Now, you don't have to. You can, if you have chlorine in your sink water, tap water, make sure that you save it in a jug and let it sit for 24 hours before you can use it into your plants. It's better that way so it doesn't burn the roots, or I don't know what it does, but I never put it in a container and wait for 24 hours, but that's just what I heard. But you know, if it's drinkable, if it's not too strong with chlorine, then you can drink it. The orchids can handle that. That's how I feel. And so if you feel like, you know, you have a doubt that there's too much chlorine in there, put it in a jug, you know, and let it sit for 24 hours and then water it the next day. That's what sometimes I do. But here, we don't have a lot of chlorine because we own our own water well. So all we got is just rainwater. But I did save some water in a big jug. So I'm going outside right now. So Andre, thank you, Sissy. I'm going outside and get my water that I saved. And I'm going to show you how I water my orchid. So I'll be right back, okay? Okay, so here's my rainwater. I saved them in my big garbage drum. So I'm gonna pour it in here, all of them. So after this, then I'm gonna dunk my orchids here. And then I'm gonna have another bucket. I'm gonna fill it up with water. And that is when I mix the fertilizer with. So what I do is dunk my orchids here. Hi CC, thank you JB, thank you CC. So what I will do is dunk the orchids here, and then after that I will dunk it in another bucket with fertilizer. So I don't put the fertilizer right here where the water is. I have a separate one for that. So I'm gonna get another bucket to mix my fertilizer. So here's my other bucket where I'm gonna mix my fertilizer. And I'm gonna fill that up with water. And then I will mix with fertilizer. So I think 1 gallon is 1 spoon. 1 gallon is one of these. So I'm gonna go ahead. I need my glasses. To this day I still don't memorize it. Okay, see how fat my arm are. My arms. Okay, so fertilizer. Okay, that's Spanish. Indoor plants, mix half teaspoon in a enclosed scoop per gallon of water every 2 weeks. So half of teaspoon per gallon every 2 weeks. Outdoor, indoor. Which one is half? Good grief. So this is half right here. This is half. There's two. This is for indoor and this is for outdoor. So I'm going to use the indoor, this one. I don't want to put too much in there only because it will burn your plants. So per 1 gallon, I think I have 5 gallons here. So I'm going to put 5 of this. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, for 5 gallons. There you go. So I did that before I poured the water in there, so that when I pour the water in there, then it will dissolve. So put that in there. So I'm going to get my water. So here is my water. I got this from the dollar store a long time ago. We use it all the time for the motorhome. So I don't have enough water here, so I'm gonna get some more. So I save water. I went outside and got some rainwater. Oh, you know, all this water I will be using on all my orchids. Those orchids soak a lot because they are in sphagnum moss. And I'm going to show you the sphagnum moss that I use. So that if you buy one, you'll have an idea which one to get. So let me clear my table, because when I water these orchids, it doesn't have a base. I mean, it doesn't have a vase at all. That way, if when I water it will drip all over my floor. This is the reason why I have a drain. I save them here. I'm going to show you what I do. It takes a lot of work to water my orchids because I have so much. This is just partial of it. I have a bunch more on that side and more in the bedroom. So my orchids are all over. So I have this and this and this. This is for a drainage. So the orchids will drain in there after I water. So This is the sphagnum moss that I use. Jing and Jing Fee. This is the sphagnum moss that I use. You can get this at Home Depot, Lowe's, or any garden shop. It says premium grade right here, premium grade. And then you can order this also through Amazon. So I get mine at Lowe's. They're about $4 to $5. This one, maybe a little bit more. I know it gone up so much. So what I do with this is I put it in a bucket. And I use rainwater and I soak it right there. So this is the one that I use to repot my orchids. So this is the sphagnum moss that I have right here to repot my orchids. Okay? There you go. This one is ready to be used. So now I'm ready to water my orchids. So what I will do is dunk it in here. This is the plain rainwater. And the other one is right here, which is a rainwater with fertilizer. With fertilizer. So for those that just came in, this is the fertilizer that I use right here. And then half a teaspoon, it comes with a teaspoon per 1 gallon. So right there, this is the half a teaspoon right here, this end. For indoor plants. For outdoor plants, per 1 gallon, this is what you use for outdoor. But these are indoor plants, so I'm not gonna put too much because I know that before when I put too much, my orchids started rotting. So here we go. The first one that's gonna go in right here is super, super dry. How do I know when it's dry? Because it's really light, and you can tell it's very, very light. And the roots are gray. They're really gray. So when you water, do not put any water right here. If you're growing your orchids indoor, believe me, it happens to me. Do not water in the crown of the orchids. Water only the dirt, the sphagnum moss. So I will dunk it up to here. This one have lots of holes, so the water will go through it really fast. So I'm gonna go ahead and dunk it in here. I'm very gentle when I water. That's why it takes forever for me to water my orchids. Because if it gets in the middle, in the crown, the orchids will start rotting. Now, if you accidentally drop water in there, make sure you, after you water it, make sure you grab a paper towel and then dry out the crown. So as easy as that. Just make sure that there's no water stuck in there the whole time. So see, it doesn't take that long for this. Usually about 30 seconds, then it's already soaked in. So then, I'm gonna soak it in here in my fertilizer water. So I'm gonna dip it in here just as quickly as possible and then drain. And then I'm gonna put it right here in my drainage. There you go. So that's one. So another one is right here. This one is super, super dry. It doesn't look healthy orchids, but you know, it is what it is. So I think what I'll do is I'll put some more sphagnum moss in here because it's not enough. It's swinging, see? It's swinging. So I want to make sure that the sphagnum moss will hold it in place. I'm going to get more sphagnum moss. There's my sphagnum moss here. Whoops. So I'm going to put sphagnum moss right here. Just like that. So it doesn't swing anymore. It's super dried. I can tell the water, I mean the leaves is really shrinkly. I mean it's what do you call that? It's got wrinkles. Okay, so that's done. And I already soak it in here. And then I'm gonna soak it in the fertilized water. There you go. So I'm gonna put it in my drainage here in front of me until it drains. I'm gonna leave it in here until they're completely drained out. Here's another one. See, I use this. This is just a juice. This is just a juice container. I cut it and then put holes in there and I zip tie it. I mean the wire, tie it with wire. So looks like it needs some more moss. Okay, so I just added some more moss. Now this one has drainage already, so I can water this and hang it right away if I wanted to, but so what I'll do is I'll pour water in here. I'll pour water in here. Whoops. I'll just fill it up with water. There you go, and pour it back. And then fill it up with fertilizer. And then drain it. So I can hang this up right away if I wanted to, but I will now. So I'll hang it right here. There you go. So this one is next, see? Sa kanya, bro. And then you put it here. See, my water is getting less and less now. It's soaked in okay. And then put it in the bucket where the fertilizer is. I go through this once a week, watering my orchids. So here's another one. This is a keiki. A keiki is when the mother plant is dying and then it grow a little baby. This is the baby right here. This two leaves right here is the baby. And this one is the mother plant. Mother plant is dying. So it grow baby before the mother plant is dying. So it's got two orchids in here, a baby orchid and then the mother plant. So the mother plant is not gonna live, but it's still maintaining its leaves. It hasn't, all the leaves are still there. The reason why this orchid died, it's because of not enough water when we went on vacation. That's how this orchid died. That one is done. I'm gonna soak it in a fertilizer. I'll put it right here for now. These are just from the juice or milk, and I just cut them and use it like that. I can also put holes in here and tie it here so that way it's got drainage, but it's fine. So let's move this over here. These are my pots and pans underneath here. You don't want to see. So let's go for this. It's got, so I'm just gonna pour it because it's got a base. So this is just how I do it, and it just takes a long time to water them. Patience, you know. There you go. So that one is done. I'm gonna go ahead and hang it. Okay. I'm already running out of water. I also clean my plants when I'm watering it too. If there's any bugs in there hiding, I clean it up so it doesn't get worse. I have a problem with mealybugs, but that's how it is, you know. Pretty popular for orchids to have that. They're hard to get rid of them. But I have this brush right here. And I just brush them. The only thing about mealybugs is that they get stuck. If I'm on vacation, when I come back, my orchids will be dead. Okay, so this one is done. And I think I'm gonna put more sphagnum moss in here. There you go. I just added more sphagnum moss in there. The longer the sphagnum moss goes, it becomes dent. It start pushing them down. Thank you, Sis Inelda. Thank you. Happy Friday, Philippines. Okay, so this one I already soaked it. I think I already soaked this. Okay. So I'm gonna soak it in a fertilizer. There you go, just very quickly. Okay, so there's one. Should wear my apron. So there's my sweet potatoes, guys. See? My sweet potato. It's one of them. The one that I have before, I have it growing in the bathroom right now in the jars. So what I did is I separate these right here. I took this out. This is slips. They're called slips. So I took this out, put it in a plastic jar, and grow it in there, and they're ready to be planted outdoor. So this is my sweet potato right here. I have one more. Oh, I'm hungry. I have one more right here. It's right here, see? There's another sweet potato. That one is ready to be picked. Oh wow, the water is like, the roots is the one that's keeping it alive. See? Yes. So I'll show you how to do that in a few minutes. How to take this out and put it in a jar. There you go. So I'm gonna do all the top first before I do the bottom. So this one is coming out. This one also is, oh no, this is not a keiki. I thought it was a keiki. Let me wipe the leaves, because if I don't wipe the leaves, then the bugs will start coming in here and living in my orchids. So that's why I wipe the leaves all the time, to get rid of whatever the bugs are eating from there or laying eggs. So there you go. So I'm gonna dunk it right here. My water is not enough. I need to get some more. My schedule usually is Sunday, but I've been so busy, you know. So busy with everything else. So I'm kind of late. Today's Tuesday now here. Okay, so that's done. So see how they turn green? The roots. Earlier it was gray, now it's green. As soon as you put it in the water, it turns green. I wish I have a hang in here that I can hang it, you know, and to drain it. Okay, so that one is done. Let's grab another one. See how gray the roots are? They're gray right here. They're coming out. But once I put it in the water, they turn green. That's how you can tell that it needs water. Where's my brush? Okay, this doesn't have any bugs. Okay, good. Got a new leaf. So look how gray the leaves are. I mean the roots. Once I dunk this in the water, it'll turn green. That's how you can tell that it's very dry. Now they're turning green, the roots. See how they're turning green now, the roots? The plants will let you know. Alright, so I'm done with those two. I'm going on this one here. So this one is another keiki. This one, the mother plants actually lived on this one. I'm going to show you. See, there are two plants in there. This is the mother plant right here, this one. It grow a new leaf, so that means it's not dying. So it grow a new leaf, and here's the baby right here. This is the baby plants right here. This is the mother plant, it grow new leaf, and this is the baby, see? You got two plants in there, the mother and the baby. So this is the keiki right here. This one is the keiki, and that one is the mother plant. So I was surprised that it lived. I don't know how, but it lived. I'm going to get some more water here pretty soon. I'm running out. Told you it soaked this water because of the sphagnum moss. It's so dry. Because I'm so hungry right now. So if you guys have any questions, just let me know. Hello, Sissy Nets. Just post your question in there. I can see your comments, but one at a time, you know. It showed up once and it goes up and I don't see it anymore. So I'm going to end up getting more water because I'm running out. This one's still very light. It's not soaking in quickly. I'm going to need at least 2 gallons of water. So I'm going to leave it here to soak because it's not soaking in quickly. So dry, I can't believe it. I have orchids too, Cece. I will for sure replay this. Okay, Cece. I showed in the beginning what type of sphagnum moss I get. I use sphagnum moss in my own environment. I don't know what you can use in your own environment, but when I was in the Philippines, I use coconut husk. I use coconut husk. You know, I shred them. I pull them out from the coconut. We are out, sis. Okay, Sissy. And so I use the coconut husk, you know, the fiber. I pull them out one at a time. I mean, a little bit at a time. And fill up this one, fill it up with it. And then that would be your orchids thing. Because it has to be roomy and it's not packed. Orchid doesn't like their dirt packed. Otherwise, you're going to lose their roots. Or you're going to lose your orchids if it's totally packed in there. That's why I use sphagnum moss. I also use coconut fiber. I usually use coconut fiber in summer, but my orchids do so well in sphagnum moss that I don't want to change. I said I will change it in summer, but I think I'm going to leave it the way it is because it's really, really hard to maintain it when I'm using coconut fiber or things like that. So I'm gonna go outside and get some more water because I'm almost empty. So I have this jugs here. I have to mop the floor because we have hardwood floor. And when the water drips, the floor starts swelling. So I'll be back and get some more. Okay, here's my water. Put it all in here. For now, I'm using rainwater. But once I'm out of rainwater, I'm gonna use my sink water. I just have to, that's the same thing as this, but it keeps it healthy though. I noticed that my orchids loves rainwater. Don't let it dry for so long because the leaves of the orchids will be shriveling, will start shrinking. Because leaves of this Phalaenopsis orchids, these are Phalaenopsis orchids, these leaves is loaded with liquid, and that's how they live on, and they live on water. Because the leaves right here, these are loaded with liquid. And if we don't water and really dry, this become like raisins, prunes, become shriveled. So I'm gonna do this one right here. This one I'm gonna clean the leaves. I'm gonna remove the water water. See, I got this from the dollar store. This plastic. And I got this hooks from Lowe's. They give away. They do give away for free. If you go, they have what some people will donate it in there. And then Lowe's will also put their stuff that they don't need anymore. They have for Lowe's. They have a free rack, and that's where I go to get my hooks, like that, my hanging hooks. There, so I just cleaned this up. So it's got new leaves. So I'm gonna soak it in here, just like that. Dunk it 2-3 times until it's heavy, until it's totally soaked. And then in the fertilizer. There you go. Where's the other bucket? I'm gonna put it here for now. Well, actually, no. It's got its own thing right here. So I can hang this up right away. But for now, I'm gonna brush these. Sometimes that's where the bugs hides. Whoops. Dang, I'm clumsy today. Okay, so I'm gonna hang it. And this one is next. I don't like that dirty water. I'm gonna clean it up. Okay, I got it cleaned out. It's growing moss underneath there, or algae, not moss. Growing algae. There's my towel. So I'm gonna clean the middle here. I have this little brush. It's a makeup brush that I don't use. Okay, so I'm gonna drain it. And dunk it in the fertilizer. There you go. If there's a water a little bit left in there, don't worry about it. The plant doesn't care. There, I just clean up the leaves. So I can hang this directly. And the next one. Wow, they're so dry. See, it's growing algae, so I'm gonna clean it up. Okay, so put in the water here. Drain it. And fertilizer. See if I can brush it. Okay, so that's done. Let me hang these. I'm sure these are already done draining because I don't have any more space here. I like this one because it turns. See how it turns right here? So I can swing it so it's not so crowded in here. I have one that's growing in a jar. Look at that. Look how healthy that is. It's got new leaf too, see? New leaf coming out. And it's growing healthy in a jar. Very, very healthy. This doesn't need any water whatsoever because it's still moist inside. Show you. I love growing orchids in a jar. See that? It's very healthy. And it doesn't need any water at all because it's still damp. It's still moist. So it's got new leaf, which is cool. So I'm going to put this back. All my orchids are growing new leaves. New leaves, see? They're all growing new leaf. So, this is newly repotted, so. I think I just repotted it last time I was live streaming. Make sure there's no bugs in here. This one have a pink flower, beautiful pink flower. I'm just pouring water to help it soak faster. You don't have to, but it speeds up the work because I have lots of things to do today. I still have to plant my plants that I bought yesterday. And I have a couple roses I need to plant. And I need to plant those branches, roses branches that I cut. So there you go, it's done. So I'm gonna let it drain a little bit of water here and then dunk it in the fertilizer water. There you go, just like that. And while I'm waiting for that, I'm gonna go ahead and dump this in here. It just, that's all it is. So that's how I do it with my orchids. It just takes time. Doesn't matter if there's a little bit of water in there. These are like, if I buy something from the store and I find a plastic like this, it's clear. I use clear plastic. I do not use any other color. Hello, CCMB Pretty. And then because the roots must be exposed to brightness. like the sun or the brightness, you know, it has to be exposed. And if I put it in here, it will rot. The roots will start rotting and then the orchids will die. And that's just in my own environment. I'm not sure about yours, but it's best to do it that way. You know, if it's really dry in your area, I don't know. I never use it always comes with this, and I never use them. Either ceramics or this one. And I always take it out and repot it. I don't leave it in there, in that ceramic or in that plastic, that the roots or the orchids cannot breathe. See, there's no holes in here. So the orchids is, the root is not going anywhere unless you keep it really dry and not overwater, because if you try to keep it in here, don't overwater it. Otherwise, the root is gonna rot, you know. That's why I don't use that, because I don't have time to separate, I don't have time to, of anything else. It's best, it's just that I just keep it out of it, you know, and have my own flower pots. It's just safer for me that way. And these are from the like coffee creamer, you know, I cut it. It's just clear. It's free. There you go, see? And let me hang some of these up, because I'm sure these are all done. They're all drained. I need some of those plastic. I'm out of plastic actually to put it in here. There you go. This one is completely drained. And there's one more here. I have a strong curtain rod up there. That's all it is. I hang it on a curtain rod. Okay, so this one, I don't remember where this was hanging. Huh. But I have some room on that side. See, this one right here is the one that's waiting to put out a buds, spike or buds. That one right there are the one, our blooming area. That's where I put all the one that blooms. And I'll show you what they look like in a few minutes here. So this right here is the one that waiting for all these orchids to put out any buds or spike. That one right there is the blooming section right there. There's lots of flowers in there you haven't seen yet. And this one actually belongs over there. Because this one is blooming. So that one is dry. Let me put this away because this is done. Where's the container for this? Here it is. See, this is just from the cake or something. I'll put this one in here. Replace that one and this one doesn't need that. It's got a little basket there. Soak it here. That's another keiki right here. It's got a mother plant and a keiki. So dry. Oh, this one looks like it's still moist, but I'll go ahead and water it. I also use this gravy basting to water the top of the orchids here. That way it soaks through, you know. There you go. And it's still dry. Let's see. What's that? It's clear, so no bugs. Okay, good. Just dropping everything here. Okay, I'm gonna show you this one. This one is two plants in here, a keiki and a mother plants. So the mother plants is right here. See, this is the mother plants, and it's this one. I think it's dying, but before the mother plant is dying, it puts out a baby. This is a baby orchids right here. See, that's a baby orchid. And there's the mother plant right here. How cool is that, huh? A long time ago, when I was doing all my orchids, people wanted to know how I grow keiki. I said, well, if your orchid dies, don't throw it away, because it will grow a keiki. You know, don't throw it away. Just keep it and keep watering it. You know, just like what you would do all the time. I mean, water it regularly. Where's my? Water it regularly, and then fertilize it regularly, like you would when the orchids is alive. It's really not dead yet, but it is dying. You know what I mean? The mother plant is really not dead yet. It's dying. But before it's dying, they put out a new baby orchids. And that is the nature of the Phalaenopsis orchid. So put that in here. There you go. And then, I don't know where this come from, but I have a place for that. So this one, it's got new leaf, almost all of them is right here. So this one, oh, that looked like didn't get watered. Okay, so let's put it here. That's how long it takes to water my orchids, guys. It takes me 2 to 3 hours to water all of them. Hi, Lisa Jane. takes me 2 to 3 hours to finish watering my orchids. That is the reason why I schedule it, because I don't have time to now if this is outside, it's a different story. I'm going to tell you how I water my orchids outside. I'm not going to show it to you, but I will tell you how I do it. Much easier than indoor. So outdoor, what I do outdoor is, Miss Kayak, hello. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So outdoor is what I hang them. You saw the Asian pear trees? That is where my orchids hang. I put a line in there and I hang all of them in there. Now when I water them, I just put the spray, the water spray, the hose, and just water it like that. Doesn't matter if it get watered inside. You know why? Because it's warm. It's warm outside. By afternoon, they will be dry. They will be dry. So believe me, it will not rot at all. That's how I do it. So I don't know about your environment, but that's how I do it. So I hang them outside on the trees, on my in a shaded area. Make sure that it is not exposed to the sunlight. Otherwise, they will burn and die. They will burn. This one definitely will burn. So the leaves. So make sure that they're all in a shaded area because it gets really hot, you know, and the orchids will burn. I mean, it will live, but you lose all the leaves. It will burn the leaves. So make sure that it's all in a shaded area. So I put them outside, and how I water them, I just point the water hose and just spray them. That's how I do it. If it's really hot, I water them every afternoon if it's really hot. So I just spray them like that. It doesn't matter if the water gets inside. It doesn't matter. It will dry out in the afternoon. At the end of the day, it will dry out. So that's the best part about leaving them outside in summer. Okay? So I'm going to find a place to hang this. All crowded now. I know there's a space over there, so I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to hang it here right now. For now. And water, that one is done. Let me see, this one is not done. So it's got a new leaf. All of them have new leaf, which is great. I'm happy to see the new leaf. So I'm gonna brush the new leaf, make sure there's no bugs in there. Because the bugs eat the new leaf. I have to look and see who it is. Hello? Hello? And what do you need? I'm already enrolled to HMO, so I don't need it. Thank you. What? What customer review? I'm enrolled to HMO. I see my doctor all the time. No, we don't need that. We have a Tricare for life. We have military. We have military and Medicare. Yeah. You have to retire in the military Or you have to be active or retired. Yeah. Yes. It's all set up. It's in our well. No, we don't need any. We don't need any. Thank you so much. Spam guys. Scammers. Sorry. It just really, they're very aggressive. They're gonna connect me to somebody to talk about life insurance coverage in case we die or loved ones dies, you know. They just spams, scammers. I get so many of those a day. Drives me crazy. So I'm gonna show you my blooming area, my blooming orchids. See? You guys see that? That's my blooming section of my orchids. You guys see that? They're beautiful, aren't they? Yes, you see. Yes, I did. So on rape, I block every one of them. I go through them every day and block them and mute them. And then delete. Yeah. So this is my blooming area right here. This is not all of it. I have more. I have more than this. So I keep all of them in here. It's not directly to morning sun, but at least it's bright enough that I don't lose any of the flower or any of the buds. So, and I'm gonna show you some more. Right there on my window right there, there are some orchids as well that are blooming right there. Those are some of my orchids and my house plants. See? That's at the front window. And that's where the morning sun is. There you go. So, oh, you don't see. Oh, is it? Did I enlarge it? What a dingbat I am. Did I just enlarge it? There you go. Oh, he's home. He's in a motorhome. He's in his cave. I can't put it back where it was. Okay, so let's finish this up. I just need a space. Okay. That one is done. This is not done. Oh, this one needs to be wiped. You wipe this here. It's got a sticky stuff. That's the one that attracts to the bugs. That sticky stuff that looks like honey. It's been sitting in there. So I just have to clean the leaves. Get rid of all the sticky stuff. There you go. So then I'm gonna brush in here right in the middle where the new leaf comes out. They love to eat the new leaf. They like to chew on that. You chew on it until it goes to the bottom, until it kills the orchids. This is so dry. There you go. CC LB, thank you so much. Okay, so let's dunk it in the fertilizer. The fertilizer water is getting more and more because it's coming from here, it's going here. So the other bucket is full of water with fertilizer in it. So I dunk it here in the plain water, and then after here it goes to the fertilizer, and then it drains right here. So this one is not done yet. Okay, it's got new leaf. Wow, nice. Now you guys need to start putting out some buds. It takes about 6 to 8 months from the buds to the flower. Takes forever. Usually by the next fall, this coming fall or winter, that's when it start blooming. Because they will put out in summer. If I leave it outside, they will grow buds, spikes. They will grow that. And then in the fall to winter, that's when the flowers start opening. So it just takes forever. And that's why I hardly see them, because it's during that time that we're gone, you know, when they start blooming. So that's why I don't see them. Because we are on vacation. And most of the time when I come back, some of them are dead. So it's really sad. I can't find anybody. I would pay somebody to take care of my orchids. I don't want him dying, you know. I used to have so many orchids. At the very beginning, if you watch Philippine Islands and USA Adventure, Philippine Islands and USA Adventure, if you watch the very beginning of the very first video I have, it's about orchids. Watch it. That's how many orchids I have. I have like close to 200 or even more. That's how many orchids I used to have. But it keeps dying on me because when we go on vacation, I lose them, you know. Wow. See, this one is dead. It's dying. This is a mother plant. I'm waiting for it to grow a keiki because it's totally dead. So I hope that it will grow keiki. But it's still living and it's dying. Hopefully that the keiki will come out soon, you know. Oh. So this one, it doesn't matter if I water the metal because the metal is already dead. And it just drain out right away so it doesn't get stuck in there. See if there's any bugs in here. Let's clean this up if there is, so it doesn't eat up the whole orchids. It's dying anyway, so it doesn't really matter, but I'm just waiting for the keiki to come out. I'm still gonna fertilize it. It still has some good roots in there. There you go. I also have Vanda. Vanda hasn't bloomed. I videoed that a long time ago when I bought it. So this one is next. Oh, this one looks clean, but it's, see how lumpy that is? That's because it needs water. It's so weak. It's been dried for so long. Like I said, I didn't water it for 2 weeks. Hopefully the leaves will perk up, hopefully. Otherwise, if it doesn't stand up, that means I lose that leaves. I keep neglecting watering my orchids because it takes too long. Takes too long to water. It takes a lot of my time. 2 to 3 hours watering them. I should not let it dry like this. There. Takes forever to water because it's so dry. Let it soak here for a little bit. Wonder why that doesn't turn green. There you go. Thank you so much, guys, for hanging out. See, this one is really big. Look at all that roots coming out. See all that roots coming out? The new roots. I'm hoping this plant will put out flowers right away or buds. It's the biggest orchid, one of my biggest orchid. The container that I planted in, it came from a dollar store. I put holes in there. It was a picture actually, or a flower vase or something, but I put holes in there. Ooh, I just ripped the leaves. This easy to rip right here in the middle, on the end. It's easy to rip. And I'm very rough on my orchids right now because I'm rushing it. It's just taking so long, guys, to water my orchids. I need a greenhouse is what it is. I don't have a greenhouse. I wish I have a greenhouse, but I don't have it, so. Even if I have a greenhouse, I can't keep my orchids in there in the winter because it gets cold. The leaves are so hard on this orchid. That means it's very, very healthy. That's why they rip easily. There. I got this container from dollar store and I put a bunch of holes in there, see? I put holes around it and holes at the bottom. This one I'll put right here. I got this when I ordered cake a long time ago, or cinnamon rolls or something like that. It's perfect to put the orchids in here. I'm very clumsy. Oh, this is so dry. You know that Christmas cactus? It broke, so I planted in here. Now it's growing. See, that's Christmas cactus. The branch that broke, and I picked it up from the floor and I planted in here, and now it's putting out a lot of new leaves. I planted it in a sphagnum moss. So dry. Yeah. See the Christmas cactus? It broke off. Oh, sige, salamat, Sisi. It broke off, and then I just put it in there. I just stuck it in a flower pot with a sphagnum moss. That's a Christmas cactus. Nabali. There, I'm gonna leave that in there for now. This one can go back. This one, I feel sorry for this orchid. The bug is just killing it. I have to rinse my towel here. Okay, so I'm gonna clean this, clean the leaves and the stick, and then wash the new leaves. Make sure there's no bugs in there. There you go. It's all done. Where's my little thing? There it is. Pour the water in here. I'm almost out of water again. get some more water here pretty soon. There's a dead roots in here I'm gonna cut. That's the root that came in with and doesn't like my system. So the roots rotted. Thank you, Cecilia Jane. Thank you so much. Somebody's in the door. Who is it? Me who? George Washington?
Is Ward home?
No, what did you buy me?
I didn't buy you anything.
Oh.
I did get a check, however, for the.
Did you get the card?
No, they're gonna mail it to us, or they're gonna. He's busy, so they're gonna call us and we can pick it up.
Call and pick it up?
Yeah,
How long did it say?
I didn't ask.
You didn't ask him?
No. But anyway, I gotta go get a base pass. I'll get that tomorrow. For that.
So we're gonna be going on vacation for 4 days, right? 3 days, 4 days.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I'll have to check.
We're gonna be gone. Here's one in there that's growing in a jar. It's still wet, so I don't need to put in the water. Still pretty much wet.
I mean, lunch and then go back out. And here it is. Yeah. This pays for the trip, $398.
What's a 398?
Insurance.
They refunded you?
Yep,
Oh, that was mine.
Right. Your name's not Lord. Touch it and die.
Get a $395 refund.
8.
That's pretty nice.
It'll pay for the trip up there.
So we're gonna be gone. We're almost actually closer to Vancouver, Canada. Where are we going? Cliffside Park.
It's
We're
on
gonna
the
take
base.
the motorhome there for 3 days.
On the
It's a
base.
beautiful, beautiful place. We've been there before. I have a video on that one. If you look at Cliffside, one word,
Which
Cliffside Park. Oh, it's got new leaf. That's good. That's where we're going for 3 nights, 4 days.
Yes.
This one is still wet. Okay, that's still moist. This one is not. This one needs to be. This is a keiki, by the way. See on this one right here? This is the mother plant right here. It's dead. See? It's already dead. But it put out this new baby orchid, the keiki. So here's the mother plant. See the mother plant? And this is the new baby orchids right here. Pretty cool, huh?
The mother plant.
So a long time ago, people were asking me, you know, how I grow my keiki. I said I didn't really grow the keiki, it's just that the plants died. The mother plant died, but before it died, it puts out a new baby for the generation to continue, I guess. I didn't know how to do it, it just does it. It's a nature. It's just a nature thing.
We got that fish now.
Oh yeah, just put the hamburger back in the bowl and refrigerator then.
Okay.
This one is taking forever to soak. It's still floating. That means it's not soaked yet.
Where the heck's that?
Do what?
Fish.
It's right there on the door, I think.
Oh, in there.
Refrigerator door.
Oh yeah, there it is.
So I'm gonna
Okay,
soak this
I'll put it
one.
in the bag.
There you go. Soak it in here. It takes forever to soak. Put this back.
What is this?
What is this? What's?
This quart jar.
Huh?
This.
That's the oil. Don't throw it away. So this one. Okay, so I'm done in here. All done. I'm done on this side. I have that side and that side to do. Here's my air plants. See my air plant? So I'm gonna soak it in here.
Good milk.
Where's my, there it is. This air plant used to be just one. Now there's 4 in there. 4 air plants. It used to be just one, but it keeps producing babies. So now I have 4 air plants. I hope it doesn't die though. See, it's got these 2 right here. Still alive, yes, it's still alive. There you go. Oh, it's got new roots.
This must be chocolate.
So I'll just soak it in there. There you go. Just leave it right here. I'm almost out of water here. I have this one. I'm hoping this one is gonna put out a keiki. It died. So last time I checked, it was still green. I don't know now, but I'm just gonna keep watering it, you know. Yeah, I'm running out of water. That's how fast this water soaks into orchids. Thanks for playing the ads, guys. That helps. And I have this, just gonna pour water in here. Christmas cactus. That's enough. And this one died also. So I don't know if it's still alive, but I'm just gonna keep watering it. I'm hoping for keikis. If it doesn't grow in about 3 months or so, I'm gonna toss it. I'm gonna throw it away. It's definitely is dying. The roots are still hard though. Still have some hard roots. The roots are still green. Still floating, so I'm gonna let it sit there. And this one right here needs water. My Christmas cactus. So I'm just gonna use regular water from the sink on that one. There you go. I should have put it there when I was watering it. I have so many Christmas cactus. I have one that's big. Put this here for now. And put this here for now. No, it doesn't need watering. No. This one is. This one have a new flower coming out. This one have buds. I mean spike. This one, the leaves is curling. That's looks ugly. I don't know why it's curling up. It's probably too dry. I assume it's very, very dry. Thank you guys. 19 people. Thank you. Naka-BG lahat. This one have buds. I mean spike. Means it's gonna turn out into a flower here pretty soon. Probably not until after summer. That's how long it takes for it to fully bloom, you know what I mean? I think it's the only one that has the spike. The rest of them doesn't have it. So I just keep watering, you know, and that's what I keep doing. Water and fertilize. And that takes all day for me. Not all day, but hours. Just takes hours. There you go. Put in the fertilizer here. Okay, so this one is done. I can hang this back up. I'll get some more water. I need a couple more gallons.
is I'm raising a family now on the government salary. And I got a 10-year-old son in school. And that kid, he's on his way to be a basketball champion. And he moves down the court like you can't even believe it. I got a 7-year-old little girl. I tell you, if she was here tonight, she'd turn this place into a cartoon. She'd have been doing impersonations. She's stubborn as hell. She's just like her mommy. She's just like her mom.
Yeah.
The best. These are the best things. Talk about them.
Good time.
Yeah, this one have a getting ready to bloom.
I'm being verbal giving you the red. A chance. Hard as a rock. Oh, come on. Well, come on, then.
Try.
Last.
Oh, very. Thank you. Big glass.
Oh, this one don't need any watering. I'll just clean it up. Clean up the leaves.
This is probably gonna sound crazy.
You're like cheating on anyone. I knew there had to be better principles somewhere, but I just never met one.
One part of it, breathing practice.
So anyway, we're gonna go to Cici Evelyn, are you there? We're gonna go to Tulips Festival, Cici. Did you guys wanna go? Cici, Evelyn, are you there? Cici Evelyn. Okay, you're not there. This one don't need any water. This one's still good. I'm almost done. Wala si Evelyn, no?
Back to the real world.
What are you doing?
I just want Phalaenopsis.
Here's my other sweet potato that's not growing anything. It's a purple. Yung violet na sweet potato, hindi talaga tumutubo. Sayang, ang mahal-mahal pa naman kaya. Mahal ng, kamote na purple. Ang mahal-mahal nito. Halos $3 ang 1 pound. Ang kalahating kilo, halos $3. Tapos hindi man lang tumutubo. Ito, patay na din ito, pero tubigan ko lang. Baka mabuhay pa yung keki. Baka magkaroon ng keki. Mga namatay kong orchids. Nung nagbakasyon kami, that's what these are, they're dead. pagbalik namin, patay na. Itong mga to. Buti na lang, nanganak. Lagyan ko ng tubig para hindi mag-dry agad. Ayan.
Mila,
What?
I'm going out to the mobile mansion.
Bye.
I'll be back. Don't sell the house. Please. Or if you do, get about 300,000.
More than that.
Get what you can.
I'm not gonna sell it for 300,000.
Well, 500,000, and then we could go to California and buy a real nice house.
California is expensive.
Yeah, I know. But not if you have $500,000 and it's warm down there. Here you get to sit around and rest in the wintertime. Anyway, I'll be out there. I have my phone. Call me.
Okay. So this is how I trim the leaf, the stem after it's bloom. So this is how I do it, okay? So from 13500. So this is how I'm gonna trim it. Because it's already done blooming. So I take this out. And then I will cut it at the very bottom of the stem. I'm going to cut it right here. Oh, it's got new leaf coming in. New leaf coming in. Yes, yes, yes. We like new leaf. The thing that's hanging out in there. There you go. So I'll show you how I'm gonna cut the stem. This is already done blooming. So this is how I'm gonna cut the orchid. This one is already done blooming. So I'm gonna cut it right here. See? That's where I'm gonna cut it. There you go. So I'm gonna put cinnamon, ground cinnamon in here. So here's the ground cinnamon. I'm just gonna stick my finger in there because this is for my orchids only. I don't use this for cooking. I just stuck my finger in there and then I'm gonna rub it. Show you. So here, where I cut the orchids right here, I have cinnamon in here and I'm gonna rub it right there. Just cover the wound so it doesn't get infected. There you go. And you're all done. That's how you trim orchids when they're done blooming. I have one more in there, 3 more in there that I need to do. They're very dry. It's up here. This one here is very, very dry. Look how big this orchid is. It's huge. That's why I have to put it in a bigger flower pot. So I'm just gonna reach right here in front of you and then put it in the water in there. I have to wait till it stands up. There you go. And then I have the one of the plants that's growing in here is Christmas cactus that was broken off, and I planted in here. And then I have this glucominium, I think that's what it is, this orchids right here that I got. It looks like Vanda. It looks like Vanda, this one right here. It's growing really slow. And then I have what do you call this? Cattleya. I have the Cattleya right here. I bought this when it was little, and guess what? There's a growth in there. See the little growth right here? I don't know what that is. It could be a plant, it could be a flower, who knows? But there's a little growth. So I'm gonna water that too. And then I have one in here that's growing in a jar, a Phalaenopsis orchid. This one have two keikis. So this is, let me see. So this is the mother plants right here. It's still alive. But there's also a keiki right here. This is a baby plant. This one, this leaf. And also on this side, there's also a baby plant. So there are two baby plants on this one. See, this is a baby plant, and that is a baby plant right here. And this is the mother plant. This is the mother plant right here. So there are three plants in here, two babies and the mother plants. So it's kind of weird, but it is how it grows. So, and then I have a Vanda in here, a Vanda, and that's been growing for so long. I don't know how many years now. We were still in the motorhome when I got this. I don't know if you guys remember, I videoed 4 orchids that came in, the baby orchids, and this is one of them. Right here. Where am I? Right here. So this is the only one that I have left to water. These right here. On this side. So I'm gonna water the rest of them later on. Did you remember this one here? Isn't it cool? Isn't that beautiful? It's really pretty. It's got heart. It's really pretty. This is primrose. I got this container from Goodwill. It's got a little umbrella on top. This is really, really cool, see? And it's got a heart shape on the back. See the heart shape? It's really pretty. And this one just fit perfectly right here. And I put that primrose in here. And the primrose continue to bloom, so I'm gonna water it. Isn't that pretty? So I'm gonna water that. Here it is right here. It doesn't need a lot of water, but so pretty. Just love the color. And it dries out really fast because it's got all that blooms, taking a lot of water. And the container is so small, it's not holding enough water for it to last a while, you know. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do this. There you go. I'm gonna make room. Oops, it's dripping. It's got a hole in there. So I'm gonna leave it there for now. But I need need to water this and I can get it done. It's been so long to get it done. Where's my little bucket? There it is. Some people buy, some of the orchids grower, they would buy the most expensive plastic plastic jars like this, or pitcher like vase like this, and that's when they put holes in there. But I just go to the dollar store and get something. It's growing, it's all the same, you know. And some people don't use sphagnum moss too. But you know, it's all up to you. It's all up to you. You can use sphagnum moss, whatever grow better for you. You can use wood bark chips. You can use sphagnum moss. You can use coconut chips, husk chips. You can use any kind you want. You just have to test it to see if how your plants grow well. You know, because like I said, I grow mine based on my own environment. You know, your environment might be different than mine. So, and like I said, you just have to test it and see what grows. And then if you check based on your humidity and your how much calcium, how much whatever in your soil, you know, in your water and things like that. But to be safe, I would just water it with rainwater. And if you're gonna use the tap water from your sink, make sure that if you have lots of chlorine, let it sit for about 24 hours before you use them. Before you use it to your orchids. That way the chlorine, it's not so much chlorine in there. This is one of my healthiest orchids too. So it just got done blooming. So it's not gonna bloom anytime soon. There you go. So I'm gonna water this Cattleya. Cattleya you can pour water, it doesn't matter. Doesn't have to be, because the water doesn't get stuck in there. There's no crown. Huh? It's just a spam. I'm gonna block them later on. They'll get tired of calling me. There you go. I should put this in the sphagnum moss. This one is growing. This Cattleya is growing in a coconut husk chips. It's been in a coconut husk chip for so long since I bought it. That's so cool to see that. I wonder if that's flower really. So I'm gonna put it back here and put it back right there, and that's ready to be hung. And this one is done. That one is done, and this one is not done yet. So this one doesn't have Phalaenopsis, so I can just pour water in there. Yeah, Christmas cactus. And it's got that other orchids in there. I can't remember the name of it. It's a new orchid. And I can't remember the name. I have to dig out my video, see what's the name of that. Something chromium or something like that. There, that's done. Got one more. I'm all done on this side. One more, then I'm done on this side. So this is Vanda. Growing in coconut husk chips. This one is. I should put this in one of the orchids. Excuse me. I should put this in one of the orchid flower pot. But it's doing well, so I'm not gonna move it anywhere. It's got new leaves, that's a good sign. And then fertilize. Sissy Lane Joyce, thank you, Sissy. So that one is, and this one has 3 orchids in it. What I'll do is I'll just make sure there's no bugs in there. They love to eat the baby orchids, you know what? So next week we're gonna be gone for 3 days. 4 days, 3 nights. We're gonna be gone next week. I don't know if there's Wi-Fi over there, so. Wow. Actually, you know what, guys? Oh, it's growing orchids or... It's got 2 babies and also starting to bloom. How crazy is that? The poor plants. It's way too much to handle. 2 babies and a bloom. Poor plants is overwork. I hope I don't lose the babies. Put too much water in there. Okay, so these are all done. I'm gonna put them all back right here. done blooming. I don't remember where this one is. Oh. In here. That's what I don't have any room for. The rest of them. They all came from here. I don't have any room. That's weird. All done. Where did this? Where did this come from? Huh. Put it right back here. See, here's some of the sweet potatoes I got. There's the flower that dropped in there. The sweet potato. I put it in a jar. See? Here's another one. It's got roots. So that one there, I'm going to show you how I'm going to do that one. How I'm going to cut it. I have a Vanda. Oh my gosh, I've been on my feet. This one I need to put away. I have no room. There's one back here. I have one more, I forgot this one. This one needs to be repotted. I think I'm going to repot this one. Move it to a bigger pot. Be right back. I'm gonna repot that one. Here's my sphagnum moss. Because it's in a very, very small flower pot. have this I got from Lowe's. Lowe's and Home Depot, they have this. This is the flower pot. CCG, if you're still there, and Engine Fee, I got this from the Lowe's or Home Depot. I didn't see a Walmart, but I know they have it at Home Depot or Lowe's. Or you can look it up in Amazon. It might be in there, you know, Orchids flower pot. So I'm repotting. I'm going to show you how I repot my orchids. It's right here. I'm going to keep the same sphagnum moss because I just repot this not too long ago, but it's growing big for this flower pot. So I'm just going to use the same sphagnum moss right here. I can reuse this for one of those keiki. So I just transfer it to this flower pot, and then I'm gonna put sphagnum moss on the edges. Fill it in with sphagnum moss. So there's this dead roots I'm gonna cut. There you go, it's done. And there's this dead roots right here. I'm gonna cut it. There you go. So it's all done. It's very cool. There's no bugs in there. Good. See if I can put this back. No, that won't work. I have one in here somewhere. There it is. There you go. And then I can hang this now because it's not dripping anymore. So I'm all done. And the next one that I'm going to do is the sweet potatoes. I'm going to repot. I'm going to take them out from this one and put it in a jar. I'm going to take it out from here and put it in a jar. See if I have a jar here somewhere. I think I got one. I got this from a drink. So see if it got rinsed. No, it didn't. I'm rinsing it. So I'm going to fill it up with rainwater. It doesn't have to be rainwater, really. So I'm going to fill it up that much. And then I'm going to take this off. Way at the bottom right here is how you take it off. See? You see how I did it? And then stick it in here. I'm going to take out these leaves. It doesn't need it. And there you go. And there's one more here. Take out the leaves. It'll grow back. And there's one right here that's a very tall one. So I'm gonna leave that one alone. I'm just gonna leave it, but it needs some water. So I'm just gonna add some more water in here. There you go. And I know this was on this side. And then I'm gonna take a couple in here. There you go. And I'm gonna put it in a jar. It's gonna grow roots in here. It's right there. And I have one more tall one here. There it is. And I think there's one more. Right here. And one more. Here you go. So I'm going to keep an eye on this one. Make sure that the water covers the bottom of the potatoes, sweet potato slips. It's called slips. So I'm going to keep an eye on it. So I'm just going to leave it like that and put it back here where it's bright. Or I can put it right here, it doesn't matter. And then put this back in here somewhere. I don't have any room, so there's room on this side. Here you go. And I'm done. Oh, I have Vanda. My one and only Vanda that's big, that's not putting out any flower. Here's my Vanda. My Vanda is growing in a jar. How cool is that? There's no water whatsoever in there, just growing in a jar. And it hasn't bloomed yet. I'm looking forward for it to bloom, but I don't see anything in there. So, this is like, I don't know, this is before COVID. COVID was 4 years ago. Can you believe that? 2021 to 2024. On March 20th of this month, no, March 20th last month, 4 years ago when COVID went crazy. So, yes, I got this before COVID. I think I got it like 3 years before COVID. So basically this is 7-year-old maybe, or 8 years old, who knows. But it's not doing anything. So I'm gonna fill it up with water. Right there. Till all the roots turn green. And then I'm gonna empty out later on. I'm just gonna fill it up with water. It's an old Vanda. And it's not doing anything, like I said, whoops. So there you go. I'm just gonna fill it up with water and empty it later. And let's dump all the water on the table. This is our eating table here. Not anymore, right? It's now my garden table. I'm so hot, I'm sweating, I'm rushing. I'm becoming clumsy. I'm hungry. If Caps is in there, he's going to tell me stop complaining, right? He doesn't like to hear women complain, I guess. Complaint is part of people, part of us. Okay, so I am all done wiping all the. I covered the table with one of this garbage bag, so the table is all covered. We don't use the table anyway. We just fill up our plate and you find a place to sit to eat. The only time we eat together is when like holiday, you know, or things like that, or birthday, special occasion. That's the only time we eat together. So I'm all done and I'm ready to dutdutan. There's only 19 of you in there. Okay guys, so thank you so much. Thank you for watching and I hope that you enjoy my boring video, but at least you got some ideas as to how to water your orchids growing in sphagnum moss and how to fertilize them. The reason I have a separate water for fertilizer so that it doesn't have the straight fertilizer when the plant is dry, because there's a tendency that the plants will start rotting if you water them directly into the fertilizer without them getting wet or moist. So you gotta put it in a plain water first before you put it in a fertilizer. That's the secret to it. You don't want to put it directly into the fertilizer water without soaking them first in a water, plain water. Because I have the experience that the plant started rotting. The root starts rotting because the fertilizer is eating it up, you know. So that's why it's always best to dunk it in the plain water first before dumping it into the fertilized water. So that's the secret right there. And so that's it. And if you have any more other questions, just don't forget to leave comments on the video. Don't forget, if you have any question you didn't understand, don't hesitate to leave any comments in there. So I'm all done, and thank you so much for putting up with me because I'm going to the gym in about 30 minutes. All right, thank you. Love you and take care. And I'm glad that you came, and thank you for playing the ads. That's the only way for us monetized folks to get paid. So we try not to skip them. But if it's a long ads, go ahead and skip them after 30 seconds. Okay? Bye-bye. Love you guys.